Hi everyone, welcome to LovegLew Creations, where we create and design for your inspiration. I'm Felicia. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's wreath. Okay, so today's inspiration comes from my home. I have two French doors in my office, and I wanted to recreate the wreaths that I currently have for those doors. I wanted to create something totally different and something that's going to match my Christmas colors for my house this Christmas. And majority of the decorations downstairs in my home are going to be red, whites, and silver, maybe some gray. So I thought, why not create a design for my two French doors? So I've already created one design, and it's two double doors, so they're going to look exactly alike. So I've created this right here, and it's real simple, not a lot of ingredients, and I want to show you all how to make this. All right, as I said earlier, it's not a lot of ingredients for this particular design. We're going to start off with a 16-inch grapevine. We have a 6-foot garland. This came from Hobby Lobby. Everything pretty much in this design is from Hobby Lobby. I have these cute, beautiful aluminum snowflakes. We're going to use some silver picks, these really pretty silver ferns. And we're going to use some red ribbon, simple ribbon. This one came from Sam's. This is Hobby Lobby. And of course, we're going to attach our garland with some zip ties. One thing, I'm not sure if any of you saw any of my other tutorials earlier, from my earlier postings, but I like to use, when I'm making a grapevine, I like to try to use zip ties that match the color of the grapevine or the color of whatever product I'm adding, so you can't really see it. So it works really well, and it's hidden underneath the underneath your design. All right, so let's wreath. All right, so first things first, we want to clean up our grapevine. So any branches or twigs that are just kind of sticking out, we want to smooth it out just a little bit and just get rid of any excess. So anything that just makes the grapevine ugly, we want to make sure that it's as smooth as it possibly can be. And yes, this one is a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. We're still going to use it when we add the garland. It's definitely going to cover up any imperfections within this grapevine. So don't worry about that. Just as long as you're going to be using enough product to cover up your base, then you'll know where to place your product, which way you want it to be positioned, and so forth, to help cover up some of that wobbly imperfection, because this one's kind of ovally shaped, but that's okay. Work with that. All right. I'm going to clean this up, and we'll get to the next part. Okay, so now that our wreath is cleaned up, we want to go to the next step, and next I want to go to our garland. And I bought this because I really liked the what do you call this, flocking of this garland. I like that it has this little cherry, little mistletoe berries or cranberries within it, and the pine cones. Can't talk today. All right, so but we don't need this entire garland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 feet off of it. This is actually 6 feet. I only need 4 feet. So we're going to cut off 2 feet of the garland, and then we're going to cut the 4 feet that we have left. We're going to cut that in half. All right, now the 2 feet that we're going to cut off, don't throw that away, you guys, because your garland, believe it or not, is one of the biggest picks you could ever buy, because you can take and cut pieces off of your garland and use it for other things, and for other stems, other picks, and so forth, for other projects. So never throw away any garland, because that garland can always be used for something else. So let me go ahead and cut off 2 feet, and I'll be right back. All right, so initially I said 2 feet on each side, or cutting the 4 foot into 2 feet, but I really need 1.5 feet for each side, because the way that I'm going to apply and attach the garland, it's going to be on each side so it can cascade down with an opening in the middle, because that's where our ribbon's going to go right there. And then this will cascade down. And I love this garland because it just kind of flows and it cascades down like a beautiful Christmas evergreen in the woods. You know how those Christmas trees, those trees look really pretty. I love this. So that's going to fall really pretty. All right, so here's the extra pieces of garland that I have. And like I said, don't throw these away. You can use these for other things and other designs and so forth, and they come in handy. I love saving my garland. Okay, all right. So here we go. All righty. And I know I just jumped into talking about making our design, but I know next week is Thanksgiving. So I hope everyone's gonna have a happy Thanksgiving. What we do at our house is the whole family comes to my house, me and my husband's house, during Thanksgiving, because my daughters are all married, they have their in-laws and so forth. So we let them have Christmas with their in-laws. We've been empty nesters for a very long time, my husband and I. So we're used to it. And we meet on Christmas Eve with the family, and then they do their thing with their in-laws. So, but we have a whole bunch of people come in for Thanksgiving. Y'all, I'm doing all the cooking, but I love to cook. So I think that's my love language. I really like to feed people. They come over, I'm like, what you want to eat? I feed our bird, I feed our dogs. I'm always feeding something. All right. So let's get to business. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this zip tie, and we're just going to, and if y'all saw my previous tutorials, I show you how to apply garland using zip ties. So it's so simple, and it's really fast and easy. All you're gonna do is find the spine. You wanna make sure that the garland is spine side down on your base. And I could have put this also on a pine base, and I initially was going to do that, but I thought I think would rather use the grapevine. It kind of gives it a little bit more elegance. And so okay, so here we go. So take your zip tie, make sure your spine of your garland is right in the center of the base, and just run it through. And remember, I want to keep an opening here, so make sure you keep a solid opening, because we're going to wrap ribbon around the top. All right, so we're just going to run it through the base of the grapevine and run the zip tie through the back, and voila, it's attached. The branches will hide that zip tie, and we're going to apply another zip tie like halfway down. Doesn't need a lot of effort. You don't need to use glue for this. You can always use your grapevine for something else later. If you want to detach your ingredients from your base, you can do that as well. See how perfect? You can't even see it. So all I gotta do is cut it. I'm gonna add one more zip tie at the end, just to make sure it's secure all the way through. Get under the picks. That way it'll be able to be covered up by the other branches. All right, easy peasy, you guys. See how simple that was? Beautiful. All right, let's do the next one. I'll do the next one and we'll be right back. Okay, so our zip ties are attached. Make sure they're tight. We're gonna go ahead and clip those. But you see how I have the knot of the zip tie in the back? Make sure when you attach them that it's in the back, because you don't want that to show through. So I'm just gonna cut them all off. I used a total of 6 zip ties. So like I said, this wreath is very easy, very simple. It's different from my fantastical wreaths that I usually make, but I wanted it to be simple and still elegant. Sometimes less is more. Oh, one more. Oh, one more, guys. All right. This little piece right here, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie that down also. I don't want that one sticking up either. So let me fix that. All right. Let's get that on there. Cut that off. Done deal. All right. Next, we're gonna apply our picks. So for this design, like I said, it's very simple. So I just need 2 picks. You could use any color ferns. It could have been red ferns. You could have used, if you're gonna do a gold design, everybody knows you can, you know, well, if you're at Hobby Lobby, they have different kinds of ferns and colors for you to choose from. So this fern, this pick, has 3 branches. We're gonna cut off each one. We only need 3 from each one. So we're gonna use a total of 6 picks. And again, budget shopping, being able to cut your picks is awesome. I've made some designs in which I've used the entire pick. So this one, we're going to just use and cut the branches, the separate branches that are in the pick. All right. Okay, next, we want to go ahead and apply the picks. And I chose, like I said, silver because my colors are red, white, and silver. And when I was getting my nails done, I was like, oh, I like this gray. So I am going to be adding some gray. Red, white, silver, and gray. I think that's going to be very, very pretty. So my inspiration for that was my nails, you guys. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 picks on this side and 3 picks on this side. And all we're going to do is go underneath the garland and just place it in there so it can stand out and stick up. So find any spot within your grapevine that you can find an area where it can really be highlighted and stand out. We're going to glue these in as well, but I don't glue in until I get them positioned. See how that stands out? It's really pretty. Can you see that? I know it's a lot of silver with all this light, but all right. So, all right, question, y'all. Maybe we should, oh, I have an idea. Maybe we should do a wreath together, maybe live, where we can get some ingredients and make it make it together. What do y'all think? Leave me some comments. I really would love to start going live and getting to know my subscribers and any questions y'all may have. Doing a tutorial live and maybe having y'all do it with me would be great. And I could start with something small, something simple, not a lot of ingredients. I have a couple of tutorials where it's just simple designs, nothing hard or fancy, and make it also, I'll make it so where you can find the ingredients at a store near you. My favorite is always Hobby Lobby. I haven't walked into Michael's lately, but maybe I could find something there. For those of you that like to shop at Michael's also. And I know some of the stores y'all don't have where you are, especially my favorite one, which is Craftex. So, but to do a tutorial with you all, I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to shop and get what they need prior to that live tutorial. So it's just something in the works. Maybe we can work on that for 2024. I think that'll be great. And then y'all can ask questions and show me what you made. I would love that. I'll share my Facebook business page with everyone as well, and we can post designs and talk about them and comment on them and share as well. And again, whatever we make, it doesn't have to be exact. It could be whatever ingredients I select for that particular design. You can find something similar, whatever you want to match your house or outside in your front door, internally, because I do put wreaths on my doors inside my house and certain areas as well. So I think that is an option for a lot of people. A wreath can be wherever you want it to be. All right, so I have applied my silver ferns. I hope y'all can see them. And what I'm going to do now is, I got them where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and glue them in. All right, so I just glue it right where it is. I don't pull it out. I'm just going to make sure it's glued in there really well. Really simple, y'all. Really simple. Not a lot of Not a lot of special stuff, but still elegant. All right. See how simple that was? All right, so next thing we want to do is we want to apply a piece of ribbon around this area, and we're going to wrap this area right here at the center top section. So what I did was I already cut the ribbon. This is about 5 feet of this ribbon. Again, your design, you can use whatever color you want to use. Had I been thinking, since I'm doing the red, silver, gray, and white color scheme, I could have used a color ribbon that had all the colors in it. So what I'm going to do right now is wrap this around the centerpiece, the center section of my grapevine. So we're just going to wrap it around just like that. And this just kind of adds a little bit of elegance to the top of it. Again, we're not making a huge bow. It's just going to be a simple bow. And just to give it that dainty look with our design. All right, so once you get it around there, then you just want to glue that piece, that last piece around. So it's right here. All right, so let me turn it this way so you guys can see. So here's that last piece. Add a dab of glue. Don't burn your fingers. Fold it over. Hold it. Give it an opportunity to stick. Use something to help it stick. Don't use your fingers because you will burn yourself. I'm telling you that now from experience. All right, so there we go. So now we got the top part wrapped. I think that's really pretty. So next, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add our snowflakes. Next, we are going to add the ribbon to the snowflakes. And again, this design we could have used bells, we could have used ornaments, we could have used a sign in the center. It could be anything that you want, however you want to be creative in your particular design. I saw these at Hobby Lobby and I thought how cute that would be to have them hanging down in the center of the wreath. So I went with these. They had some white ones, they had all kinds of colors. So I just like the silver. All right, so what I'm going to do is take this very thin piece of ribbon, and I needed a thin piece because I needed the ribbon to go through this hole on the hanger piece of the snowflake. So, and when we hang the snowflake, so whatever you hang, whether it is ornaments or bells, you want them to hang not side by side, or if you want them to hang, you can, but I like mine cascading like this within my wreath. So I have to make sure that I cut my ribbon specifically so that it allows my ornaments to hang like in a little cascading kind of effect. So one piece of ribbon I'm going to cut at about 17 inches. All right, so just measure out 17 inches for your design, for your ribbon. All right. Cut it at that marker. And then the next piece will be at about 30 inches. Right there. So we got 17 and 30. What I'm going to do is pinch a piece of ribbon small enough so that it can go through the hole. So we're going to thread it through the hole, thread it like a needle. Oops. And you know, you could probably have used a thicker ribbon if you wanted to as well. So, and we're going to thread it to the hole, and we want it to have it doubled like this. Okay, so find your ends, make sure they match perfectly. All right, a little bit more give there. All right, so what we're going to do is glue the ends together. So just a dollop of glue will do. There we go. So there you go. It'll hang just like that. The same with the other one. Thread it through. And again, my measurements are how I want it to cascade. You can measure how short or long you want the ribbon to be and how much you want it to cascade, because if it's a smaller ornament, you may want it to hang longer depending on the size of your ornament. So it's totally up to you on how you want that to be done. All right. Get it even. There we go. Add your dollop of glue. There you go. All right. Next, I'm going to show you how to apply it to the wreath. Next, we're going to apply our ornament. So I am just going to take the side that I glued and glue it right here on the back of the where we wrap the ribbon around the grapevine. So and looking at how it's going to hang, it'll hang about like this, which is a good kind of where I want it to hang. So just like that. You know, see how that's hanging? Will hang. All right, so next what I want to do is just tack it on with some glue. Simple, easy peasy to the back. Just like, ouch. See? Just burn myself, just like that. So we'll tack this on this side, and then our next piece, and you know what we could have done too? We could have taken the ribbon and tied it around. So we could have taken this, cut a piece, and tied it around like that and had it hang down also. So either way. All right, so our next piece, we're gonna do the exact same thing. And like I said, I didn't want my, I didn't want them side by side. I want them to hang alternate or cascade down, I guess is the word I'm looking for. All right, so we have one piece, one ornament on one side. We're gonna kind of in the center, put this one in the center so they hang, the ribbons are side by side, but the ornaments are not. So we're gonna tack it on the back as well with some glue. Don't want to burn myself again. All right, there we go. And just like that, we have our ornaments. This one will hang down, this will hang right there. Next, we're going to make a bow. All right, where is my bow maker? Okay, hold on, you guys. Oh, here it is. You know what, you guys? So I have a craft room upstairs, and I'm constantly going back and forth, up and down, from upstairs, downstairs, and using my living room as my backdrop for my YouTube channels. So I have this wonderful bag that it's like my tote bag. I bought this off Amazon. It's called Bag It Up. I love it. I can take stuff up and downstairs in this huge, huge bag. I carry this with me when I go to people's houses with design stuff, grocery shop, and so forth. So you know what? I'm gonna link this in my, I've got it linked actually on my description below. So, but it's a godsend. It's huge, it's perfect. Groceries, crafting, grandbaby stuff, all kinds of stuff. All right, so I love a bag. My husband calls me a bag lady. I don't care. They help me move around. The grandbabies are used to me having bags. My daughters, everyone's. I love a good bag. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna make a simple bow. Nothing fancy. I could have done this one by hand. So I'm gonna make some long tails, about 16 inches for right now. I'm probably gonna cut them, but we'll start there with my trusty bow maker. So it's 16 inches from end to end. If it would stop moving, slippery table. All right. And we're just going to do one loop, 1 6-inch loop. 1 6-inch loop. Like I said, we could have used so many different kinds of ribbon for this design, you guys. But I just wanted it to be simple. It's going in my house. It's gonna be on my French doors in my office. So simple. And cut the ends. All right. Okay, so I need a piece to wrap around the center. All right, so we want to make, when I pick this up off the bow maker, I want a long enough piece because I need to wrap this around the top of the area on the wreath that we wrapped the red ribbon around. So this is going to be our tie around the wreath. So make sure that we get a long enough piece, however long. We're going to end up cutting it anyway. We don't need to use a zip tie for this because this is just, like I said, a very simple bow. Okay, all we're gonna do is cinch it and hold that cinch in the center. Tie a knot around the back. Nothing fancy. And there we go. Okay, remember which pieces are your knots, because, all right, here we go. So these two pieces are going to tie around the wreath. Don't lose your tails, people. Losing my tails. All right, and I kind of, when I do this ribbon, this bow, I kind of want it to droop down like I have the other one. And this loop is too big. There we go. Much better. All right. Okay, so now we're going to tie the bow around the area of the wreath that we wrap the ribbon around. Okay, so make sure that's in the back, just like so. Okay, flip that out a little bit. Here's our tails. All right, there we go. Make a knot just to secure it on. Cut that. I think I need to get some better scissors. All right, here we go. Okay. There we go, got our tails. So what we can do is, what I do is is roll your tails, and then when you roll them, pull them down a little bit. It kind of gives them that flowy kind of look. Don't let me forget to dovetail. All right, let's do the next one. Pull it through, and it will flow down like that. All right. All right, so here is our, Bella. Sorry guys. This is our parrot, our green cheek conure. This is Bella. She loves to be around the wreaths. She thinks they're food. All right, here we go. So here's our final product, you guys. So I have 2 of them for my double doors. For our double doors, I think they turned out beautifully. What do y'all think? All right, so again, a simple design, you all. Not a lot of ingredients, didn't take a lot of extra fantastical stuff that I usually do. And I made 2 of them, so really simple. I'm gonna put them on my office doors, and I'll show you the final product on the doors at the end of this tutorial. Subscribers, thank you so much once again for your support, for your comments, for your notes, your tips, things that you give me. And again, I really want us to start I'm going to start going live so I can start communicating more with you. We can design together. All right, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful, peaceful time with your families and this Thanksgiving holiday. And once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for wreathing with me. All right, everyone, here's the finished product on my doors to my office. I think it turned out really, really pretty. It's gonna look really pretty with the whole family coming in this Thanksgiving, so I'm really excited. This is part of my decorations. I still have a lot to go, but this is a good start. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.